We're back from the break. This is Sports Zone. Hi, I'm Officiating Nabila Hablali. On your screen right now, we have the game Energy, Feel the Energy. They are proud sponsors. In fact, they were proud sponsors of the Joy Sports Invitational Tournament, which came to a conclusion at the University of Ghana Stadium on Saturday. Kivu 4-in-1 Gary Sokins mix. And my Gary Sokins are easy. Guinness, yes, we can. And also, Piva water. Pure refreshing and revitalizing. They have made it possible for us to be here tonight to bring you another episode of Sports Zone. The gentlemen are seated. On my far left is Sitiofe Philip Ashrim. Gentlemen, welcome.
Thank you.
Daniel Krante.
Yeah, man.
Welcome.
Charlie.
If I knew you were going to do petticoats, I would have also done petticoat. As if you planned it.
It wasn't planned. You have to be in the spirit. Yeah.
Or your wife spoke to each other before you people came. I wouldn't be surprised.
No, you're just not in the spirit.
We'll get into the conversations pretty soon, but let me take you to the University of Ghana Stadium, where the Joy Sports Invitational Tournament happened. My colleague Joseph Awinga Walter has details in this report.
The day began with a vibrant health walk led by the Chief of Staff, Julius Debra. Flanked by his family and hundreds of corporate athletes, the 5-kilometer walk set off from the stadium, winding through the University of Ghana campus before returning to the venue. What followed was an energy-sapping aerobic session. And then, the ceremonial kickoff. Mr. Debra got the games underway with host multimedia group facing Heritage Christian University. This year's edition, though, enjoyed the strong backing of partners, including the Minerals Commission, Royal Sweet Limited, Ayuda Hub, the Game Energy, Yomi Yogurt, The Luckiest, and Promo World. Their support helped turn Ghana's biggest corporate sports day into a spectacle. On the football field, Goy Oil Company Limited stole the show. Under the floodlights, they held their nerves to beat SIC Insurance Company 3-2 on penalties and lifted the
You know, to begin with, when you have a game of this nature, you need approval from the top. And to be honest with you, our management members, our group MD, CEO, Mr. Edward Abambiri Bawa, has been very, very supportive. And he's been with us for just some few months. And interestingly, he has bet us a momentous trophy. And this shows that we are going to grow as a company. And it's a good omen, a good sign that God has a great future. And as a leading OMC in the country, we know that this is a good footing for greater success.
Team Goyle also impressed on the track, with Daytris finishing second in the women's 100 meters with 15.31 seconds. But across the stadium, other disciplines were in full swing. Swimming belonged to the National Petroleum Authority, chess to Apex Bank, Scrabble to the Luckiest, table tennis to NPA, and lawn tennis to Macaulay's daughters, Naashika and Naanyemi, who dazzled with dominance. The CEO's penalty shootout, closely watched by Mr. Debra, ended in triumphant for Mr. Educhum of the Luckiest, with Aram Edum of Aldrich Care Solutions and Apia Kubi Yeboah of Yak Deco taking second and third. Mr. Educhum attributed the success to his coach.
I want to say thank you so much. The fans, you were amazing. I prepared so well with my coach, Mr. Didlak. As you see him, we knew we came here to win, and we did just that. Whatever he taught me, I put it to practice, and it won us. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Sprinter Vicentia of Safoda Ventures once again stamped the authority in the women's 100 meters final, clocking 14.82 seconds before leading a side to another penalty shootout win. But the story of the day belonged to Pewak Natural Health, Led by Dr. Prince Nelson Mototi, they stormed to gold in the men's 100 meters final as Asamoah clocked 11.45 seconds. The team then swept the men's and the women's lime and spoon races before sealing their triumphant in the unisex sack race. 4 gold medals, enough to crown them overall champions of the 2025 Joy Sports Invitational Tournament. Apex Bank earned the Team Spirit Award for their infectious energy, gold in chess and women's table tennis events.
I'm so excited I had the win this year again. Compared to last year, the competition has actually been a really tough one, but then seeing the results that I pulled through it, I'm very, very much prepared for the one that is supposed to be coming next year. And I'm very glad I won the competition for 2025 Joy Sports Invitational Tournament.
Meanwhile, NPA added glory in the tug of peace and men's table tennis and swimming.
This year was very, very challenging. This year was very, very challenging because we have national players in it, and I was able to win.
It's just been motivation throughout. Our coach has been supportive. Our director of HR and admin, everybody has been supportive, you know. So at this point in time, all we just want to do is to relax, celebrate our win, and then take it on from the next competition.
Debutants, the luckiest 712 Ash, also shone, clinching gold in E-Games, Scrabble, and the CEO shootout. Elsewhere, including Industries announced their debuts with gold in men's arm wrestling, while Yak Deco took the women's crown. ECG Accra East Region, Adansi Travels, Labadi Beach Hotel, Youth Employment Agency, and DHL all walked away with silver medals across different events. At sunset, medals had been counted, the trophies lifted, and memories made. But in the end, one name stood tallest. PWAC Natural Health crowned champions of the 2025 Joy Sports Invitational Tournament. The Joy Sports Invitational Tournament once again lived up to its billing as Ghana's biggest corporate sports festival. And this year, PWAC Natural Health wrote their name in gold letters. For Joy Sports, my name is Joseph Ayinga Walter.
He said they wrote their names in gold. We are also seated here in gold, isn't it? Aren't we? But, gentlemen, just before I come to you, there's something briefly I want to say. On behalf of Joy Sports, just want to say thank you for the job you did on the day.
Yeah. Emotional.
Yeah. No, I'm serious. I'm serious. The job you did on the day was one of a kind.
Oh, just talking.
No, you see, it's difficult to actually put it into words.
Oh, just talking.
It's difficult to put it into words. Yeah, it's difficult to put it into words.
It's actually the same.
You are now beyond a family member. Yes, you did.
No, but he's very hardworking.
On the day.
Cicho is very.
You and Felix Romack. You really stepped up and you came to our aid.
No, happy to help.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Cicho is very hardworking. Cicho is very hardworking.
I needed to say this.
Cicho is very hardworking. Right up until the end.
Yeah. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Charlie. No, I'm actually being serious here. Because to be on your feet, when you came, you didn't sit down. You were on your feet till 8 p.m., almost 8:30 p.m.
Nominated himself to coordinate certain events.
Moving up and down. Doing all those things. They say, oh, leave the track. Yeah. Come on.
Using his aura.
Yeah, you and Felix Romack, you did extremely well. And then some credit to some people as well, especially some of the people within the sales department. The likes of Stella, Eggman, Tete Watson, Malik. Oh, you all showed up and you did an incredible job. We appreciate all of you for making the Joy Sports Tournament what it was over the weekend. Now let's talk the main event itself. Okay, Cicho, you were close. You were closer to the action. Dana Kronto was running helter-skelter like myself. Talk to me about why are you laughing? Why not running helter-skelter? Did we not fix the CEO?
I was running with Cicho. He's very hardworking. I'm very proud of him. Very, very proud of him.
No, Cicho, you know what? Join us tomorrow for lunch at Moving Pick.
Yeah, for joining me.
Join us.
What time is that?
1:30 p.m.
1:30.
Let me confirm in the morning. But
Okay.
I appreciate the gesture. Yeah.
Thank you.
You have to try.
Talk to us about the event. We had this conversation on radio a few days ago before the main conversation stuff. But when you saw the numbers of the companies that assembled for this year's Joy Sports Invitational Tournament, and when you were at the heart of it, officiating, calling on them to come on board and register, and being the eye on many of the disciplines, especially the arm wrestling, what was going through your mind, considering all the buga that was happening?
No, I mean, it was, I was pleased to be there. In fact, you're telling me thank you and everything, but to be honest, I also enjoyed myself being there. It wasn't a punishment. I loved it. So it was good to see corporate Ghana. As you mentioned, 51 different corporate bodies coming in, most of them finding reps to represent them across all the disciplines that were on board. And I love the energy around, right? And the people who came to participate were very respectful. They would hear you when you give an instruction. They were ready to listen. Some of them also ready to help. So for me, I'm not sure anybody would have walked out away from the University of Ghana Sports Stadium, gone home and not be happy with what they experienced there. Those who participated would have been happy with what they did. Those who came to observe would have also been entertained as well. So, I mean, big thumbs up to the Joy Sports team for putting that together. I'm not surprised that last year you had less than 51 companies coming through, and this year you had 51 because the experience, I'm sure it is from the word of mouth, the recommendations and from others that has made its rise to this number. So get ready for over 70 companies coming next year.
Do you want to kill us?
No, well, it'll be fun. To be frank, the more the merrier. But it was fun. Look, it was fun. And you see, last year, for example, and when you do these events, you usually have, I want to call them flashpoints. So you see a lot of people focusing on, is it a football
one discipline
or they are waiting for the athletics. But Saturday was unique. Every event had its own following. So you went to the board games, to the chess and the scrabble, there was a huge crowd over there following. Table tennis, there was a huge crowd following. The football, obviously, when the track event started. And the swimming. The swimming we thought you would usually take about an hour 30 minutes to finish. Had a huge crowd there also following. So it was fun. Everywhere you went, it was vibrant, it was fun, people were enjoying themselves. And that's at the end of the day, that's what it is. You come there to have fun, to connect, to network. And also from our POV, it's nice to put the faces to the people who send text messages, the people who interact with you on social media. When you get to meet them in person, it's really nice. But the tag of peace, no. The tag of peace, Charlie. Some VR incident pie for the tag of peace. Somebody say somebody's crossed. Somebody say they didn't cross. Shout out to Ash from an MPA. And they ended up meeting in the final again. And this time around, but MPA people know. I think they said they have some gym club or something in the office there. Because they ball.
But multi-choice also have that too. They have like a gym in there. When you
it doesn't show anything.
They had the men. To be honest, they had the men. Including industries also did great across all disciplines, both men and women. And it was good to be there. I met my mates I had not met in many, many years.
Oh, really?
Cheryl Baden, an HR at DHL. I also met Wendy Afari.
Okay.
You know, massively talented lady who, I remember back in the SHS during our 50th anniversary, her design for the school fabric for that anniversary was chosen because it was incredibly talented.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, read architecture as well when we were back in Kenya. So I met them. I met a couple of people that I had not seen in a long time because of the program. So I think that is some of the things that you get to also enjoy. You network, you meet people, you reconnect with people, and it was fun. All fun, massive.
All fun. And thank you to all the companies that showed up, and especially to our sponsors, the likes of Minerals Commission, Ayuda Hub, the Luckiest, Royal Suites, Afruara. There was also the likes of Emigo Ghana, producers of Yomig Yogurt, Promo World, the Nexus Global Services. They all came together as sponsors for this year's Joy Sports Invitational Tournament. If I'm to go through the rest of the companies that were participants, maybe the rest of the time would be spent talking about them. Conship, Star Assurance, DHL, ECG, Serene Insurance, Old Mutual, Safoda Ventures, ARB Apex Bank, McDonald Group. They were all there. The McDonald daughters went and bullied everyone in the lawn tennis.
What everyone? Lexus Bill. Lexus Bill.
Do you have an agenda against Lexus Bill?
No, we saw it.
They beat everyone.
You know what he did? You know what? Lexus thinks he's smart. They shipped him. It was the first game, round 1. Now she come and call him.
Yeah.
Shipped him Poto. Then the video that they took, they captioned it Lexus Bill warming up with match with the ship and say warming up with
I remember the last shot the girl gave and started jubilating. When the girl was jubilating, Lexus was just like this.
You didn't even attempt. You didn't. Lexus, the ship I'm clean.
Just before we go to the Ghalca top 4, let me also appreciate all the officials that came from the various federations. You did an incredible job. Amate of table tennis, Boachi and the team from Ghana Athletics, Yakubu and the team from the lawn tennis, Chris and his team from the arm wrestling team and all that. Oh, you all did an incredible stuff for us at the Invitational Tournament. The volleyball people came. We had some issues, but they were still there. And in fact, they were actually trying to assist us to be able to get it done. Basketball too was around. And in fact, one of them called me and said, this morning, he called me and said, you wanted me to go back. When I stayed in the evening, I enjoyed the event in the evening than in the morning. Thank you to everyone for coming. Hopefully, if there's life, we should be seeing you again somewhere next year. This was one of your games, Sicho. Yeah.
Yes. That was actually the final for the arm wrestling. It was, and as you mentioned, the officials as well. Some of them were, because they are connected to the national teams, they were not only there to help, they were also sporting talent. So I was very close to the arm wrestling.
Oh, okay.
These officials actually took contact of people they thought had the talent. So they took their contacts. They said they were going to check on them and see if they had the interest, so they could absorb them into the national pool.
Oh, that's a massive
give them the technique and everything.
That's actually a massive
I really respected them for that. They were not only there to help, but they were there to also spot the talent for their various disciplines.
I see the general manager of Yak Diko. She didn't want to go home. But Rebecca, good evening. But now let's come talk football. Benaya, thank you. Hey, see how they carry their guy.
He's a champion.
Wow. Patrick Doe of Nkulenu. I remember when I went to their office, he said they were going to come and serve everyone palm wine, so they were all booze and they will win. I don't know whether they served the palm wine.
They probably went for him in arm wrestling.
But Sijo, let's talk the Ghalca top 4. It came to a conclusion at the University of Ghana Stadium. Bibiani Gold Stars emerged champions. Did you see this coming?
Well, I wouldn't say I was surprised they were champions. They've been very good. They were a very good team. You know, they are champions and they know how to win. Of course, they have the field now, and their squad is still very much intact. It's not as if it's a broken squad or they are rebuilding from the scratch. The spine of the team is there, the core of the team is there, and they are playing against, of course, Kotoko as well, who have looked in the last couple of one-off games that they've played. They've looked just okay. They beat Hartlepool narrowly in the President's Cup. They also went and won in South Africa through the sports kick. I've not necessarily seen enough of them, you know, since that point. And then they've come into this competition. So I think it's Kotoko, it's a big team. I think in Hartlepool, it's a big team. BBN Gold Stars as well. But I didn't put it past BBN Gold Stars. But all the teams would have walked out of the competition knowing their level and where they are ahead of the season that is about to start. So those who have got a lot of work to do can do that. Those who think that they've learned a couple of things over pre-season and it's working can also take confidence in it. So it was a good exercise, but I wasn't surprised that BBN Gold Stars in the end, through the rules that were already being set from Ghalca, got them to win the competition. And
Danike, Kotoko got 0 points.
Yeah, it's for me, it's a worry. It's a worry because this is the start of their preparation for Africa. And to be frank, you want to be seeing much better performances and results. The pitch didn't help any team, so you can't pin it down to the pitch for Kotoko's display because at least we know how Didi Dramani likes to play. We know how Frimpong Manso likes to play. In fact, Hearts of Lions also with Coach Bash, all have to play the ball on the turf, and it didn't help anybody. But Kotoko they just didn't look themselves. And for me, they seriously need to fix things before the before the Africa assignment. This clearly is not the best, especially in yesterday's game. You could tell they wanted to win. They really they were trying hard and wanting to beat Hearts of Oak. It just wasn't
what
coming
sort of
together.
comical defending was this?
It's shocking, and it's a. You remember the BBNE Gold Stars game, the opening game. Ansu's mistake, the penalty they conceded, Samba poor tackle in there. So it's just been a comedy of errors throughout the entire competition, from some players who should know better, some players who are experienced enough to do better in such situations. But again, it is better these things happen in competitions like this than the main thing. They can always go back and correct their mistakes.
Okay. Abdul Karim Zito and his technical team will have to go back and correct their mistakes. The kind of football I saw House of Oak play yesterday, the Phobians were really, really good. Very, very good. Hopefully they will be able to go into the main competition being ready for the Ghana Premier League. After what we saw of them under Samuel Boadu a few seasons ago, and you commentated on that.
Yeah.
When Accra House of Oak won the Ghana Premier League for the first time in about 11 or 12 years, with Samuel Boadu at the head of the technical team. And I'm always excited when I see two top coaches coming up against each other. You see certain things. We are all looking forward to what Didi Dramane brings to the table, what Karim Zito brings to the table, what Frimpong Manso brings to the table, and all that. Hopefully, the next season will be extremely, extremely competitive. We are going to bring you Ghanaian players abroad. Abdul Fattah Isako scored an incredible goal for Leicester City. Bande Pep Guardiola is standing by. I don't know why he's getting ready and throwing his chest out there like that.
Sweet Karim.
Sweet Karim, how are you? You are on TV.
Yes, and I look sweet.
Welcome.
Don't I?
How are you?
Yes.
You really do.
Very well, very fine.
All the things you saw on our digital media during the Joy Sports Invitational Tournament, a chunk of them came from Karim.
Man, he was busy.
Hey, Jasper was busy. He was everywhere.
Yeah.
Charlie, how did you do it? How did you do it?
What do let us do, Ghanaian please? It's exciting to do, though it's tiring, When you see things that are exciting, it's good to capture.
Yeah.
So, but a lot of the things, it's exciting. We hope
But it's so much fun. I remember the swimmings, one guy went within 10 seconds, 20 seconds, the guy was tired. He couldn't continue. So he stayed in the water like that.
What happened? Who went to remove him?
There were actually two of them. They couldn't continue. They just stayed like that. Hey! Some of these things. Though it is fun, it can also be scary. Imagine they were not able to. They were lying on the rope. So that the rope will save them. Karim, what have you got for us tonight?
Well, again, it's only week 2 of the major leagues coming back. And again, the boys are performing really well. You see here, last week I had Antoine Semenyo here and Mohamed Kudus as well. Mm-hmm. But Semenyo again, over the weekend, Bournemouth won their first game of this season against Wolves, and he provided the only assist for the game. But he's not here. And Mohamed Kudus as well played very well against Man City, and Tottenham won that game, completed the most dribbles as we've come to know him, but he's also not here. Now, who do we have here? Abdul Fattah Isako. He played against Charlton Athletic, that is in the championship, and you just mentioned that he scored an incredible goal, and that is his first in 60 months. So he
won 6.
Yes. Leicester got promoted to the Premier League. He played only 11 games and got injured, missed 27 games. He didn't score in the Premier League nor in the cup competition. The last time he scored was against Southampton in the championship in April 2024, and we are in August 2025. That's the next time.
Almost a year.
Yes. Oh, and actually, if you are looking at expected goal, there was a 3% chance that that would be a goal. You can just imagine, if you are not seeing the goal, just imagine there's a 3% chance that there's something, the shot is supposed to be a goal and he scored that. It's actually brilliant to see. And Brandon Thomas Asante, he also plays in the championship. Charlton, that is Coventry City, that the team Frank Lampard coaches now, and they won 7-1 against QPR. And Brandon Thomas Asante, he scored a goal and set up 2 more. It means that this season, he has 2 goals and 2 assists in 3 championship games. The boys are picking up form ahead of the next month's World Cup qualifiers. Then Benjamin Teti, the front 3, he also plays for Maribor, and they won against Odemji, that is in the Slovenian league. And he scored 2 goals and provided 1 assist. And this season, in 6 league games, he has scored 5 times and provided 1 assist. We look at it, maybe it's in Slovenia, but when we face Niger and Co, their players don't even play abroad and we struggle to beat them. So,
where from this free shit?
it's actually not a shit. It's about the conversation that, oh, maybe he's playing in a lower league, so he doesn't deserve to be in a Black Stars. Yeah. And
the Benjamin Tete we know.
Yes.
He was part of the 2015 under-20 team that went to New Zealand, if my memory serves me right.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, he's in and around the Black Stars, but injury at Hull
But 2015, he was actually the core striker of that under-20 team. That was a group of Donsai and Co.
Okay. The last AFCON he went, he didn't go important.
You are nowhere. You are.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Okay.
And say it. What do you want to say?
He went to punch somebody at the last AFCON.
You have heard it. You are happy. Let's go.
No,
Ibrahim. Yes, we've heard you. Ibrahim Osmani plays for AG Auxerre, and in 2 games he has played in the Serie League. Both games he provided assists, and the last one was against Nice. Though they lost 3-1, again he provided an assist in that game, and 2 out of 2 for him. Then in that game as well, we have Salis Abdul Samed. He started his first game for them after the struggles with Sunderland. They didn't sign when they got promoted to the Premier League permanently, but Nice took a chance on him. He played about 60 minutes for them yesterday. That is his first start for them since he moved there. And again, we know his passing game is so great. Completed 96% of the passes he attempted in that game. And Thomas Partey also seen contention for this spot, but he came off in the second half for Villarreal, and they won 5-0 against Girona. Then Edmond Ado, his partner in Salis, in midfield, then he provided an assist for OFK Beograd, that is in Serbia, and they won against Mladost. They drew 1-1 against Mladost, and his passing game as well, his ball-winning abilities were on display. Then upon Kojo Pepro, upon a centre-back, he plays with Salis Abdul Samed for Nice, and it is just his 2nd game in Ligue 1. And again, he's also a ball-playing centre-back. Out of the 52 passes he attempted, he misplaced only 3 passes in that game when AG Auxerre lost to their side, that is Nice. Then Manu Dua, he plays in the MLS, and he's actually a midfielder, but they've converted him to a centre-back. And his side is San Diego, plays in the college league, and he was the #1 draft pick in the 2025 distance, and he's plays for San Diego now, and they drew goalless against Portland Timbers. And in that game, he attempted 97 passes and completed 94 of them as a central defender, and won 5 over 5 of the duels he attempted, only 20 years old. That is just his first ever major professional competition he's playing in, and he's doing really well for them. Then Patrick Pfeiffer is also putting himself in a good place for the Black Stars call-up after going back to a place he really knows well, that is Darmstadt. And in their game, he was the player to win the most duels in that game. That is Darmstadt playing against Hertha Berlin. Some time ago, that would be a clash in the Bundesliga, but these days, they both play in the German 2nd tier, and he won the most duels in that game between Hertha Berlin and Darmstadt. Then Joseph Annan plays for St. Patrick's, that is in Ireland. And in that game, he made 2 saves for St. Patrick's, and they won against Drogheda. And he has kept his 18th clean sheet in 36 games for them. So, Mufta, I'll just say, I'm mentioning some players that I think maybe in this, they've put themselves in a very good place to be considered for Black Stars call-up. And one is Kojo Pepra Opon, then Salis after the last games against Otto really trusts him. The games against what's the name?
The Unity Cup.
The Unity Cup games. So he wasn't really playing that much, and he got invited, and now he's playing in Ligue 1. I believe that because he's fit, and so Thomas Partey may not be available. So he's Ibrahim Osman as well. He's also playing really regularly now for AJ Oxlade, and he has provided back-to-back assists. He's also in contention for a place. Then Brandon Thomas Asante, I know definitely he'll be one of the names on the team when the list is released. Then Benjamin Tete, if he's scoring that much, at least he's also
highly connected.
Yes.
Okay.
So without that,
Must you really add that?
It's important in football. We need to be honest with viewers.
yes, if you
Your
get
agency, your connects, the people who run the show
manage
around you. It's important.
If the
It
people
helps.
who
It also
manage you
gets
are in charge
the
of
big
the
deals.
game, if they're in charge of the game,
Yeah, it helps. So I'm not going to sit here and pretend as if he gets the same. He'll be on the same weighing standard as somebody who has no connect.
But actually, we have a
But
lot.
if he's scoring goals,
Yes.
yeah.
So we have issues with our like us in striker, we still don't have a striker.
About the proper.
But he's also been in and out.
Yes,
Because
but
if-
now he's playing from last season.
For punching somebody.
They're down today.
Oh, but you, what's your problem?
No, so you no, he
said he's in
he
and
threw
out.
a punch. This
He was
was
suspended.
the Cameroon AFCON.
Yes.
Gabon against Gabon.
Yeah,
And that was the last time he played for the Blacks. But human beings, everyone deserves a second chance.
But I'm not saying he shouldn't come back. I'm just saying
Why
that
are you emphasizing on his point?
Petro said he's been in and out due to injuries. And I said the suspension was also part.
Part of it.
Yes, but
because of the blow.
from last season actually, he's been consistent since he moved to Slovenia.
Since he's been fit.
If you were to advise Otuado, would you tell Otuado to bring him?
Quick.
The guy is tall, he's strong, he's
The
big.
thing is,
He's a different
striker,
his profile.
we don't-
profile,
we don't have
some.
we don't have a
So
striker.
We need a player like him. But
Like,
we just need him to come
out and out striker, we don't.
Okay. Before I leave you, I want to see that Fatah Isako goal again. That he scored against it. Yeah.
Cast onto that left foot.
Trouble.
Yeah,
Trademark-
you know he's
trademark
going.
that Fatah goal. And he scored similar of these goals when he was with the under-20 team. That won the under-20 championship in March 2021 when the tournament was staged in Mauritania. Yeah, so it's indeed a trademark Fatah goal.
He's the most recognizable player from that squad. Today, I'm just looking at Emmanuel Esiam. Since he moved to FC Basel, he hasn't played really much.
Yeah.
See, he moved there in 2022, and he has played just 20 games for FC Basel across all competitions, and just 11 of them are from the first team. And since he moved there, the first season, he missed 268 days out with injury. The next season, the next two actually, he was out for 129 days. Injuries have really disrupted his progress.
Hey, Karim, you gather data.
Yeah.
Like the FSU come and recruit you and go and put you in their statistics.
No, but they listen
department
to this segment too. Otto listens to it. Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's why you had the last conversation with him about some of the players
Yes,
that had
yes,
eventually, like the Francis Ajete and co.
Jonas
Right?
Ajeti.
Oh, okay.
The guy that the girl was laughing.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's
I mean,
your-
That was Hussein.
No, that's Mohamed Hussein.
The
Yes.
guy told us to watch out.
and he eventually came.
Yes.
Charlie, you are here. You are a top dog, Charlie.
But this is, he's getting injured. I don't know what's happening. Want to go to your work?
That he needs to see his spiritual father.
Oh,
No,
no, we have to go back home and come. You dear, don't worry. Next week.
I taking him to Bande.
Oh, not Bandi. We'll go back to Tamale.
What is happening in Tamale? Go beyond
That's
Tamale.
where
Go
he's-
find a solution.
That's where he's from. So
Yes, but the solution is not in Tamale.
It is in Tamale. Oh, you don't know.
His people are... Okay, it's
Charlie,
okay.
move on.
You is- It's okay, it's okay. Karim, thank you so much. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, right, we'll be going to the English Premier League. Chelsea won 5-1 against West Ham United at the London Stadium. Wow, I'm not sure anyone saw that coming after that difficult opening day against Crystal Palace at Stamford Bridge. Tottenham Hotspur went away to the Etihad and won by 2-0. These and many more when we come back after this break. And we're back on air. This is Sports Zone. I am Officiating Nabila Abla Show, proudly brought to you by Kivo 4 He won Gary Sokin's mix. I'm a Gary Sokin's. Yeah, easy. Guinness Ghana, yes, we can. Piva water, pure refreshing and revitalizing. The game energy, feel the energy. Some few messages have come through. One of them says that Karim indeed looks very sweet. This one from Mensa in Takrade. Karim has just gone offset. And this one is saying that Karim is looking succulent tonight. Wow. This outfit, the 1756 BC level before Christ. From Citizen Chelsea Hini.
Which outfit?
The outfit he wore, the Karim wore.
Hey.
I mean, he was.
Citizen war.
It's
I didn't hear him.
Citizen Chelsea Hini.
And the first part of the message said what?
He says Karim is looking succulent tonight. This outfit, the 1756 BC level, the haircut, a boa from Citizen Chelsea Hini. Yes.
Interesting.
This one, congratulations to Joy Sports team for a wonderful event organized. Newcastle versus Liverpool was a game that has everything, or you should say that had everything. Newcastle don't deserve to lose. They were better a team. They were a better team. Please ask Danike if he honestly thinks Amorim is doing the right thing by introducing Maguire anytime Man United needs to go. The question is coming. This one is from Prosper. Good evening to you guys. My name is Genia Madrista, watching you live from Cove Town. I was the happiest man yesterday to see Rodrigo play for my darling club, Real Madrid. The boy still has a lot to offer us this season and beyond. Now, Manchester United and Amorim, dear, it is really going to be a long season for them. Many people are anticipating that. Good evening, sportsmen. You guys keep me glued to Joy Prime every Monday. Good guys, every Monday night. Good job, guys. Congratulations to my club, Arsenal, for another win and clean sheet. But our midfield is just to click. To be honest, Thomas Partey is really missed. You can agree with me. He brings the best of Mr. Rice. And when he's in the midfield, he makes sure that everything around the team clicks. Emmanuel, watching from Cotonou. Oh, wow. Greetings to all the crew for the hard work. Thank you. We appreciate it. Good evening, Sports Zone. I really don't understand why Hearts will win 2 games in regulation time and draw, but will not win the competition, whilst a team that won 2 games on penalties rather won the trophy. This year's EPL is set to be one of the best in recent time. Greeting to all Chelsea fans in China. Castro Steve from China. Liverpool wonder kid Rio Ngumoha is a genius and needs to be in the starting lineup. This one also says, I was a firm believer in Amorim's system, but the way it is going, dear, his back three will not work in England. I'm losing hope. This is Pilolo from Sunyani. So just a quick explanation. The competition was about gathering points. Whether you win in regulation time or you win via penalty shootout, you get 3 points. Bibiano Gostad had 7 points. Hasselhoff had 7 points. But head-to-head, Bibiano Gostad were ahead of Hasselhoff. That's why they won the competition. Basically, it's as simple as that. Let me take you to England and bring you highlights of how Chelsea won 5-1 against West Ham United. 5-1 to Chelsea in this tie against West Ham United. Danike, 5-1, Chelsea, inside the London Stadium.
I think Graham Potter will be the first manager to be sacked. This West Ham team doesn't look good at all. In fact, the only good thing about them is Paqueta. I think Paqueta and Bowen. Bowen is not fit at the moment. But aside that, it's very difficult to see what he's trying to do. And the problems were there since last season. Pre-season didn't look any good. And it's entered this season. First game, 3-0 against newly promoted Sunderland. Then, listen, Chelsea could have scored like 10. It was such a poor performance. And every time Chelsea went for it, it looked like they were going to score. I thought it was going to be routine for Chelsea. I thought the game would be over by halftime, and I think it was over by halftime. But for Chelsea, it was very important, this sort of statement win. Starting the season not too good at home against Crystal Palace, that draw But coming out, all guns blazing, the new guys getting goals, getting assists, Estavo with the assists, Joao Pedro again on the score sheet, 5 goals. It's very important to make that statement, especially when you have bigger ambitions this season. So from Chelsea, I think job done. It doesn't matter how poor or how good the opposition is. You beat who's in front of you, and Chelsea did that perfectly. So congrats to them. But Potter seriously needs to fix something because I don't think he'll last till November.
That is a very difficult prediction, because if the man loses his job at the end, it will be like the decision to leave Brighton was a horrible one. Because he moved from Brighton to Chelsea. Chelsea fired him. Now he's gotten a general job now. You're not sure he'll be up to November. Now let's take you to Etihad. Tottenham Hotspur came up against Manchester City. Pep Guardiola suffered a defeat. Well, last season, Pep Guardiola had a very, very difficult campaign. And appears this season is likely to be another one. Opening day, Man City walloped Wolverhampton by 4-0. Match day 2, they are suffering a defeat against Tottenham Hotspur. Sicho, do you foresee another difficult season for Pep Guardiola? What is actually not working? Last season, you had spoken extensively about how Pep Guardiola was struggling.
No, that was more of him. I mean, he did a massive early expose on Pep Guardiola.
Oh, yes, that was true. Yeah.
Even before everyone else across the world
saw it. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's more credit to him. But yeah, look, City have got a very fine team this season.
And what is the problem?
I don't think anybody can look at that Man City team and think that they don't have the quality, they don't have players. Pep Guardiola is lacking a couple of players here and there. So then now we need to start having a very close look at Pep Guardiola himself, that maybe his methods are not necessarily getting the desired result that we've become accustomed to when his teams are playing. But there's also the fact that Spurs have almost always, in more recent history, got a number of City. So when Spurs have played City, Spurs just know how to crack them. And the example was there today, and credit to Thomas Frank, because when the game actually started, City had a very good start to the game.
Wasn't it the same Thomas Frank who used Brentford to beat City?
Yeah, he used Brentford to beat City at the Etihad.
Yeah.
So City had a decent start to the game, but Spurs stuck together. They were happy to defend. And that's not something we've seen of the Spurs team under their Postecoglou. They are very adventurous, very expansive, very open. But this time they were happy to defend. They were happy to sit a couple of yards deeper and then just get control of the game. And once those openings started getting comfortable and started stepping up, and the openings came in behind them, they made them pay for it from the Bernard Johnson goal. Then Trafford makes that horrendous mistake because, I mean, Danike and I were discussing it. As the goalkeeper, you see it better.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Right behind your man that you want to pass the ball to is a midfielder breathing down his neck. And even if you still want to risk it, there's a big space open to his left-hand side. If you want to pass the ball, that is where you pass the ball to, so that when he takes the ball, he's using his body to show the defender right behind, the midfielder right behind him. But he's passed the ball almost central, which makes it 50-50. And then because he's now arriving, he has more momentum and force. He wins the ball of them. Ricochets and Pahinha, scores. So mistakes from City, and we saw it from last season where collectively they were not great, and individually a lot of players were not in form. And we saw a lot of that in this game. And one thing as well on City, when your team is not confident and your team hasn't been winning games, there's no point really, unless players are injured, to change your team, the look of it and the style of it and the personalities of it. Yeah. And I thought the team that won quite comfortably, or very comfortably in the first game against Wolves, maybe they should have stuck with that same team, because some momentum, some continuity. When a team is flying and players are confident, you can do whatever you want. But when a team has had the season they had last season, they started this one and just won the game, I'm thinking the manager should stick with the same team that won the last time and see how that goes. Because it looks like some players who came into this game, the connection were not there, the telepathy wasn't there, and in the end, credits to Mohamed Kudus and his Spurs team that they did a job.
Daniel Cranton, why? Another long season for Pep Guardiola. You saw it last season, and you told us that they were going to struggle. And in fact, I remember some comments that had come through that were saying that, you didn't know what you were talking about. But at the end of the season, you were absolutely right. And this year again, they are starting on a very difficult note.
Yeah, last week I said it was Wolves. Wolves are poor. I expected Man City to win. This was always going to be a test for them. And the bottom line is it's impossible for Pep Guardiola to be Pep Guardiola without that pivot midfielder. So at Barca, he had Busquets. At Bayern, he had Thiago. When he came to City, it didn't work out the first season. He transformed Fernandinho to this world beater.
Yeah.
Then Rodri came in. I don't think Nico or Reinders are of that Rodri level. And I think they need somebody like that to gain control of the game, especially when you're playing teams that are low block counter-attacking teams. You need that intelligence of the quarterback like Rodri to not just for incessant pressure, but to know when to go, how to control the tempo and make sure that those teams don't get the openings in behind. But they don't really have anybody like that in his absence. And again, for a player who's missed almost an entire season and come back, we don't know if he will still be up to that level. So Pep still has a lot of figuring out to do. But the reason I'm not too hopeful about their season, but I don't want to write it off because there are still a number of teams that also have some serious problems in there.
More
so
matches to play. So.
there's still a long way to go.
Okay. Now let's bring you highlights of Arsenal versus Leeds United. Back-to-back wins for Arsenal after 2 matches in the English Premier League. And in fact, this game, if you follow what happened on social media, and in fact, even traditional media, a chunk of the conversation went even beyond the 5-0 win to the new signing of Arsenal. They've gone to secure the services of Eberechi Eze, to join their setup. And in fact, Ben Naya with statistics. 169 appearances, 40 goals, 28 assists. We'll talk about his inclusion into the team pretty soon. Premier League 2021-2020, 2020-2021, 34 matches, 4 goals, 6 assists. 2021-2022, 13 matches, 1 goal, 1 assist. 2022-2023, 38 matches, 10 goals, 4 assists. 2023-2024, 27 matches, 11 goals, 4 assists. 2024-2025, 34 matches, 8 assists, 8 goals, 8 assists. And 2025-2026, he made 1 appearance, yet to score, no assist yet. Wait to see what will happen. Judgment about the game briefly. Let me start with Danny K. Your man, Gyökeres scored twice.
Yeah.
And you're actually happy for this young man and consider that he's got off his mark in the Premier League.
Yeah, very, very important. The performance at Old Trafford was terrible by his standards. Got taken off.
What is his standard?
The guy has been banging 30-plus goals season after season. Can't go to Old Trafford and he couldn't even register a shot. He struggled to control the ball. He struggled to hold that play. He struggled, basically, and you can understand because your Premier League debut at Old Trafford behind enemy lines can be difficult. So I get it. But it was very important. Home debut, Premier League debut in front of the Emirates. And I think he took it well. The first half, Arsenal were playing good, but they were struggling to find him in those situations. And he took it. His goal was like, it wasn't a chance. He made it himself. Drifted off the left-hand side, picked it up, cut in, fired it to the back of the net. And that's what Arsenal have been missing for a while. Not just somebody to be in the box to tap it in, but somebody to take it by the scruff of the neck. And I think it was a really good goal, a really good all-round performance. Arsenal scored 6 goals this season, yet to concede, and half of them have come through set pieces. So in as much as they've got their striker who's banging in goals, the set piece is still doing the trick for them. And it's very important that when you are building, you still maintain the level you have and then get better. And that's what we are seeing from Arsenal. Next fixture against Liverpool is going to be a really tough one, a tough test for both teams. But for Arsenal, they would have wanted to go into that game in exactly the kind of form that they are in. Yet to concede the defense is looking as solid as ever, and then with the ability to create chances and score goals also.
Chicho, what does ability Eze brings to this Arsenal setup?
He's a very different player to all the attackers that they've got. He's a bit more flexible, and he's got a creative spark about him. Yeah. He's also got an eye for the goal. And when he's on the ball, it's difficult to shake him off the ball, pick the ball from him. I think Arsenal also want to try a bit more centrally than many thought they would. Many think maybe he will play wide. But maybe, I don't know if his transfer has come at the right time, has come too soon for him because now Odegaard is out injured, Saka is out injured. So maybe then now the Madueke signing comes in handy. And then Eze signing also comes in handy. If Eze plays behind the striker, I think it's going to be a new role for him. Many say he's a number 10. But when you see him play in that space, he's played alongside another number 10. Mm-hmm. And the variation in those systems are completely different. So you are taking a part of the space. Another 10 is taking a part of the space. But when you have to be the man taking the entire attacking midfield, your role is quite different. It's not something we've necessarily seen him do enough. So we see how Arteta involves him into the Arsenal team. But however you look at it, he's an addition that also improves, the unpredictability.
He takes Arsenal to a different level?
I think he takes the attack to another level because it's unpredictable. Mm-hmm. Right? You can almost predict Saka, except that he's so good, you know what he's going to do, you can't stop it. Martinelli is easily, an attacker you can defend against, right? You know what Odegaard is going to do. His final passing of late hasn't necessarily been on, but you can't quite predict Eze. So he brings that about them. And of course, Danny mentioned when they've got Victor Gyökeres, the goal he scored is typical Gyökeres. Play the ball into the channel, he runs into with sheer power, determination, passion, pace, gets it to it and gets the goal. So then people have got different things to deal with when they play against Arsenal. Now, it's not the same old routine, Saka, Martinelli, Odegaard, maybe a Kai Havertz. No, now it's different. Gyökeres is going to give them something different, Eze something different, and maybe that is what Arsenal need to get over the line in games where they failed to do so last season.
I'll be bringing you that of Arsenal versus, Arsenal, Man U versus Fulham. But Danike is the one going to bring us those things. How Amorim was mobbed. But before that, this gentleman from Jirapa, Blaise D from Jirapa, just decided to shade Man United for free. They are there minding their business. They played their game a few days ago. Liverpool played today, and then Old Trafford is shaking. He says that Liverpool matches should now be televised in churches to boost the faith of non-believers, in hospitals to heal the sick, in cemeteries to wake the dead, and at Old Trafford to motivate Brian Mbeumo. Hi, guys. Good evening to you and your crew. Monday is here, which you love. It's knowing very well that we will watch you guys update us on the current happenings on sports around the world. It's a new season. I love the start of Madrid this season, hoping for good results this season. Hey, to my friend Danike and Karim, Joseph from Bande. Oh, wow. Your message came at a time your cousin was no longer on the screen. One guy texted last week into the show and said he will bet his life on red, the match between Newcastle and Liverpool, that, yes, the match between Liverpool and Newcastle. That guy must be found. Real oracle. Prosper. Good evening, Joy Sports. Good evening, Accra House of Oak. Congratulations for making the Phobian family very happy. Winning 2-0 against Kumasi Asante Kotoko is very great. May Almighty Allah bless the management and playing body of House of Oak. Hope to win the 2025-2026 Ghana Premier League. Reaching you is Sediq Gado Nasiruddin Yaskan in the Otil region. Good evening, guys. My name is Seedoff, watching you live from Upper West region. Keep doing the good work. Danny K, what is Amorim not doing right?
No, that's not where I'm going. I'm just quite confused there. But why have they left Karim's thing here? The officiating this season is very funny in the Premier League. Very, very, very funny.
So it be officiating moment you go talk about?
Yeah.
So the officiating is it only on Man U? After 2 matches, you say it is funny?
No, it's funny because there's no consistency. And to be frank, right now, I don't know what is a foul. I don't know what is not a foul. So let's look at the penalty that Man United got against Fulham. Okay. They say there was holding in the box, and you can't be holding your opposition player while... so let me pause it here. You can't be holding it, and they've added something very interesting, while the ball is in play. So it means if you are holding the guy right before the corner kick is taken, it may not be given as a penalty. But when the ball is in play, when it's swung in and you are holding, you may be punished for it. But look here. This is Bassey and Mount. This is where the penalty came. Mm-hmm. But over here, something was also happening between Shaw and Muniz. So there are two fouls in this video. Bassey holds Mount and throws him to the ground. And Shaw also has his hands on Muniz and throws him to the ground. So let's watch it. This is Shaw holding Muniz and eventually throws him to the ground. And only one is punished, which is the Bassey on Mason Mount. But it is basically the exact same thing that is happening at the same time, but only one is punished. So for me, it was a bit confusing. Now, I don't know what is a foul. Maybe if it is a
maybe Howard Webb and his team would have to explain.
They have to explain because it's getting very funny. Then you look at the Man United goal again. Last week, Bayinda was pushed in the pool. It didn't go for Man United. But this week, we saw another push. This time, Euro on Bassey. Like, this is as clear as it gets. Euro has his two hands on Bassey and pushes him away, creating space for him to be able to jump unmarked and head the ball. So this is Lenny Euro here, about to push Bassey out of the way. And he does it, pushes him out of the way, and gets the opportunity to head the ball. And if you look at this angle, there's enough force to get Bassey out of the way for him to be able to head the ball. And that is a clear push that ends up in an advantage for Man United. And for me, if this is not a foul, then I don't know. Because I can bet you, later on this season, this exact thing will happen again. And this time, we'll have a goal disallowed. So these are some of the things that I don't understand. Then you go back again, you look at Friday night's game. Chelsea against West Ham. Paqueta has the ball inside his own area. It looks like he's fouled, but play goes on and Neto scores. But you look at this. Chalobah comes across Paqueta, doesn't touch the ball at all. Basically just comes across Paqueta, obstructs him, Paqueta goes down, and Chelsea win the advantage of the ball and go on to score. And I don't understand how VAR can look at this and tell me that this is not a foul, especially when the defending player has the ball so close to his own pool. It means that any small mistake is going to be punished. Any decision that is given against him is going to punish. And in this case, a goal was scored as a result of that. But you look at it from a different angle, and the multiple angles that VAR, Chalobah does not touch the ball. He just goes across Paqueta. And that is a foul. He doesn't get contact on the ball. Because if this thing happens in the penalty box, it's a penalty.
It's a penalty.
So if it happens outside the penalty and it leads to a goal for the opposition team, I don't know why this is not brought back and this is not checked. But it's just 2 weeks into the season, and some of the decisions are very, very difficult to understand. And again, I don't know what a foul is now in the Premier League. I'm just not sure.
That's clearly a very genuine concern. And as you mentioned, the inconsistency. And stuff like this often breeds some level of perceptions about refereeing. Someone would go like, so last week, these people got a foul awarded. This time around, they didn't. So it breeds this perception of preferential treatment for some teams, and especially when it goes in favor of certain teams and goes against certain teams. Daniel Cranton giving us something to ponder tonight on Guinea's Match Day. 3 incidents where the referee's decisions were very inconsistent. And just 2 match days into the season, but clearly Such inconsistency must not go on unchecked. Now, let me bring you the highlights of Fulham versus Manchester United. Well, that is Man United versus Fulham. That game ending 1-1. Now, let's take a look at the results of matches that were played in the Premier League. In fact, this is Amorim's Premier League record with Manchester United. 29 matches, 28 points. He has lower points than number of matches he's played. Hey! 7 wins, 7 draws, 15 losses. Larry, is this what you and the Manchester United board and management discussed before signing?
Clearly not. This is poor. This is relegation form. But I'll say, look, he took over in the middle of last season with a squad he didn't assemble. So I would give him time now he's had a full preseason to see how he would fare with quite a number of signings that had come. In fact, he has a fresh front three now, which is, in fact, he bought a fullback in Dogu in the January transfer window. Yeah. Then he got Leon, he's got Cunha, Sesko, and then Mbomo. So I'll give him time, a couple of months, to see if some of these things can improve. But honestly, the fact is the fact. This is terrible. This is not the same thing I was saying about Potter.
Yes, exactly where I was coming to. It's a sackable point.
It's a sackable.
It's sackable.
It's terrible.
So he should be getting ready to lose his job. You think in November
if he remains
or December?
Like this, he will go.
November or December?
If he remains like this, he will go. But I don't think he will remain like this.
Will he go beyond November?
I'm saying I don't think it will remain like this, so he will finish the season.
Okay. Let's take a look at the results of matches. Sicho, you want to touch on Amorim? You think the Premier League is below his standard?
Premier League is below his standard.
It's above his standard?
No, not necessarily. I just think he's been stubborn about his ways and his style and his coaching. I understand it. I understand. When you know something has worked for you for a long time, you want to stick by it or stick to it. Yeah. But the point is, it's life. Wherever you work, you need to keep proving yourself every day. If I come to your set and I'm not delivering, and there's another person who can do the job, you might as well get me out. So the fact that I've been good before doesn't mean that I have an automatic ticket anywhere. So he was great in Portugal, but he now has to prove that he's a good one in England. And since he's been there, he's not been better than on top of mind. He's not been better than any manager, really. Because the form he showed, to be honest, Erik ten Hag saved him a Premier League place this season. Because if you're going to use his performance over last season to judge anything, he would have been relegated with Man United. But there were enough points for him to just manage to stay around the league. And the season has started after 2 games, he's got a point. After 2 games, just got 1 point. And the way his team is playing is not good enough as well. So he's not shown that he's got a capacity to manage maybe a club like Man United or in the Premier League, simply because some of the decisions he's making, for me, doesn't make sense. And one of the big problems United had last season was goal scoring. They didn't score a lot of goals, so enough goals. This season, he has a brand new attack, yet the team can't seem to score and create enough chances to even miss a couple, because it's almost like any single chance Man United misses, it's going to come in costly to them. It's like they have to score every single chance, otherwise they won't win games. And no team can go into any game with that kind of mentality and win any major competition. It won't work. Attackers will make chances, but the team should be able to create enough for these attackers to miss, yet score a lot of goals. We just saw Erling Haaland miss a simple header. But I guarantee you he's going to score over 20 goals, because he will have 60, 65, 70 chances coming his way in the season. It's not happening for Cunha and Mbeumo across, because the way the manager plays and the way he sets his team up doesn't necessarily get the better of any team in the Premier League. And finally on him, the Premier League is tough. The Premier League has money. They've assembled some of the best managers in the game. his strict way of playing has been read by all these Premier League managers. And it's so easy for them to quickly make a change and get the better of its team. Yet, he can't seem to change anything about his style to dominate games or to still take, possession of game or take control of games. So for me, my mind is almost made up about him. I don't think maybe he's good enough for the Premier League, but I want to be wrong about it. But we have to start seeing the signs on the pitch.
Let me take you to Spain. Bring you highlights of the matches that were played. Just a quick highlights of the Real Madrid versus Oviedo match. It's almost out. Gentlemen, we've run out of time, unfortunately. We wanted to discuss briefly about the La Liga matches that were played over the weekend, but we need to take a break and we need to wrap up before that break happens. So this has been Sports Zone, brought to you by Joy Sports with support from Kivu 4-in-1 Gary, okay, mix, Amagoris, Gary, okay, easy, Guinness, Ghana, Yes We Can, and also Piva Water, refreshing and revitalizing. The game energy, feel the energy. Sisho and Akrante have been my guests. See you again next week, Monday. Thank you very much for making Sports Zone your preferred destination every Monday night.